hope that you are well on this fine, beautiful day. Welcome to a brand new segment or series, not segment, that I am calling Ask Artem Anything. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm super excited. If you would like to ask me a question, and I would love for you to, go ahead and feel free to ask anything about anything, be it philosophy, life, my relationship, my personal being, anything you'd wanted to know and that I would answer. I guess. Please feel free to shoot me up in the socials or the comments below. I was thinking we could start a little hashtag Ask Artem Anything. It's a little bit of a tongue twister, that one. I was thinking with that all being a new series and everything, we could potentially start an even another thing to do, which is draw on Procreate, not sponsored, while asking the question. So I'm very excited to get into the first two questions that I have received. They are from my dear friend David, so thank you, David, if you are watching. I'm excited for you to hear my answer, I guess. I was thinking this could be fun to go live stream with, but I'm a little nervous, I can't lie, to live stream. So if you would be interested in that, please let me know in the comments below. I think it would be really fun and interesting, and then we can get through hundreds of questions. But I think video format, we might be able to get to very few, but maybe more thoroughly. So let me know what you think. On to the first one, I guess. So David asks, if you want a serious one, I have been thinking, where is morality and ethics stored in the brain? More specific of a serial killer, where to lose his memory completely of all the things he has done, would he still be a killer or would he be a good person? So this is a good question. And then the second part to his question is a follow-up to the same topic, and he asks, could we use medically induced memory loss in correctional facilities as a form of rehabilitation? So, pretty heavy topics, if I do say so myself. First of all, I think the only reason why there's super duper heavy topics is because we're pretty much talking about free will when it comes to affecting the brain of anyone else, and especially as a form of rehabilitation. But where is morality and ethics stored in the brain? What's ironic is I have a few books on the topic, so. Okay, so basically, I have two reference books here. So let's see what we can find on where morality and ethics are stored in the brain. And if you affect that part of their brain, could they become a good person? I have Inside the Criminal Mind by Stanton E. Same Now, PhD, and Without Conscious, The Disturbing World of Psychopaths Among Us, Robert D. Hare, PhD. Alright, so digging a deep dive into Without Conscience, it pretty much was thinking, reading exactly what I was thinking. Society has many rules, some formalized in laws and others consisting of wildly accepted beliefs about what is right and wrong. Each protects us as individuals and strengthens society's fabric. Fear of punishment certainly helps to keep us in line, but there are other reasons why we follow these rules. A rational appraisal of the odds of being caught, a philosophical or theological idea of good and evil, an appreciation of the need for social cooperation and harmony, a capacity for thinking about and being moved by the feelings, rights, needs, and the well-being of those around us. Learning to behave according to the rules and regulations of society, called socialization, is a complex process. On a practical level, it teaches children how things are done. ... However, for psychopaths like Jeffrey, the social experiences that normally build a conscience never take hold. Such people don't have an inner voice to guide them. They know the rules but follow only those they choose to follow, no matter what the repercussions for others. They have little resistance to temptation. Their transgressions elicit no guilt. Without the shackles of nagging conscience, they feel free to satisfy their needs and wants and to do whatever they think they can get away with. Any antisocial act, from petty theft to bloody murder, becomes possible. We don't know why the conscience of the psychopath, if it exists at all, is so weak. However, we can make some reasonable guesses. Psychopaths have little aptitude for experiencing the emotional responses, fear and anxiety, that are mainsprings of conscience. Okay, so in using the book without conscience, our consciousness, such a hard word to say. We'll just use the word cricket for now, okay? Our cricket is formed through socialization. From this, we can say to the question, if one were to lose the memory of all of everything, would they have a conscience, a cricket, a Jiminy Cricket? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think like full-blown amnesia is fully portrayed in TV and movies properly at all. I always have complaints like, how do they know how to use a fork, or how do they know like how to use a door handle, or how to pee in their pants, or use a bathroom? Not pee in their pants, I meant, of course. And so with that, we can definitely say that people won't know what good versus bad is. For anyone who hasn't watched the show Community, I don't want to give any spoilers, so just cover your ears. But very similarly to where Chang becomes Kevin, Jeffrey just pretty much accepts him as, even if you're faking it, you want to become a new person and change your morality. And I completely get that. And Greendale is exactly where you can do that. And so I think, honestly, Kevin is a perfect, example piece we'll probably talk about for here on out. Oh, got me totally off my flow there. Frickin' pencil wouldn't connect. But we're back in business now. So, what was I talking about? Ben Chang versus Kevin. Okay, so I drew them a little differently than each other, but they're identical. They're the same person, same actor. Isn't it Ken? Ken Jeong? Ken, Ben, Kevin. Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyways, Ben, the teacher, the freaking Spanish teacher.
Then he became a disgraced student, psychopathic music major, homeless vent dweller, security guard, guitarist, power-hungry warlord, and now Kevin. It's sad to see him like this. Well, it's mixed. He was pretty terrible before.
All of a sudden, Kevin washes up ashore. He's not ashore, but he comes to, and he's like, hello, I'm Kevin. I have Changnesia. And so there's this huge debate about if he is Ben, in either case, blood, genes and all, then should he not pay for the crimes that Ben did? I wish I'd just seen this episode, but kind of like the whole philosophy of the Ask Artem Anything, I don't really want too much preemptive thinking or prep or outlines or work at all, if we can be honest here. I want it to be more like we're just chatting in the hall, chatting in the art studio. Maybe we'll go chatting in my kitchen sometime. Anyways, back to what we were talking about. I haven't seen the episode in a while, so we're just going completely off memory here. If anything, Jeffrey goes insane with the fact that everyone's just buying into the whole Kevin image.
Changnesia isn't a disease. It's a con. You're seriously helping this lunatic? He kept the dean in a dungeon. He tried to kill us. He ate his twin in utero.
That was Chang. This is Kevin.
They're the same idiots.
And then we get to what I said, and that he finally realized. Maybe he just doesn't want to be Ben anymore.
I'm not calling you Kevin. What are you having?
None of this.
Okay. Listen, I don't care what he calls himself. He's a hard worker. We're all broken people, Jeffrey. We all deserve a second chance. Like how I gave Andre a second chance. Doesn't mean I forgot, I just forgave.
Chang didn't sleep with a stripper. He tried to kill us. Why does everyone keep forgetting about that?
But he didn't. And you used to be a sleazy lawyer. What if Greendale never gave you a second chance?
Maybe serial killers or serial chaos, in the case of Ben, don't want to be that anymore. But to the follow-up question, can we rehabilitate with actual medically induced amnesia or like localized memory, like in literal sci-fi? You guys know what I'm all about. Free will, free choice, man. I had something completely different in mind when it came to what I was going to doodle for this episode, but Ken Jeong, or if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, I'm very sorry. He is such an awesome actor. I think it would be really fun just to draw him. As I said before, it might be a doodling series. It might be a full-blown art. I think the thing might be that I'll have to put my mic way above the pencil if it's super loud, or else I won't be able to draw very easily without drowning out the sound of my voice. What is a really intricate part about David's question, the first one, is that it ends with, or would he be a good person? And this, I think, is the largest deciding factor for the question itself, which is no, he wouldn't be a good person at all. The large question that everyone else asks, and what I think I've been addressing more so here, is would he still be a bad person? So taking a look back to what we read about in Without Crickets, I would say that serial killers or whomever are all of our Bens in life, they would turn into a blank slate. So where David asks, would he be a good person? No. Not unless he is immediately then socialized to be good. And what is morally good? And that is specific to that society, and it would be more socialization. He would pretty much have to be re-socialized completely. Should it be forced upon anyone who doesn't want it? I would say definitely not. No way. Like, no. Because there is another very, very large question that a lot of philosophers ask, and that would be, would you still be you if you lost all of your memory? Not would you be bad still, or would you now be good, but would you be you at all? In the case of Kevin and Ben, he acts completely different.
I told you they hate you.
No, they said they just needed more time.
Time? They destroyed your life! How much time before we take revenge?
But they're my friends.
And I totally lost my freaking point. Oh, you. Okay. But it's basically he acts like a different person. Ben was pretty arrogant and selfish and like, versus Kevin, who is like all up in the air and like sunshine, like he's living a new world like a baby, and he's like, to everything.
The world is brand new to him. He approaches everything with the wonderment of a small child or cartoon alien.
Whoa! This makes things smaller.
No, bigger.
Oh, bigger.
He has a different octave in his voice because he, as a human being, doesn't know where he found his natural voice, so to speak. So that is a very interesting case of it cannot be forced onto any individual, especially criminals. Criminals are already taken advantage of. So no, I would not take advantage of a new sort of rehabilitation to try to take away just like at least some of their memory, because that's who made them them. If you've seen any of my other videos, life is suffering, but you are this collection of experience in suffering. If you aren't that, you aren't you. It comes down to if you don't want these people to be the same person anymore, period, you're probably a dictator, and I can't stop you. So the other side to this coin here would have to be if a criminal or whomever wants to be rehabilitated in this way.
Look, I know Chang was a bad guy, so he probably deserved everything you did to him. But you're not a bad guy. You just made a mistake. And I'm willing to start over fresh if you are. Hi, my name's Kevin.
I'm not saying I believe him, but I have gotten an idea of what it feels like to be Chang. Wanting to leave that name behind is the sanest decision anyone can make.
It's basically like saying, do you want to start over at this exact age and have to start over from pretty much being a baby? Because we don't have the technology. We can pretend we have the technology, but if they weren't socialized to have a cricket conscience, whenever you start the memory loss, then it's not gonna work. You're gonna have to start it from the very, very beginning, and they'll have to start to learn every single thing as if they were a baby. And I don't think people really want to do that. Like, go to physical therapy, school, a whole correctional facility just for people who want to be new human beings. So it's definitely an avenue that we can take, but just because so many people are taken advantage of in the justice system, I'm not sure if I can give this one a check off, you know? No check off here. How long have I been recording? Oh, okay, so what have we learned today? We learned Alex has a new series. Alex might not be able to draw and talk at the same time. Unless I move my mic, maybe. I'm really excited. This has been our first segment of... I keep saying segment. I said segment the first time. This has been our first show of Ask Artem Anything. We can go put that back on the tele. But again, please shoot me some questions. I keep saying shoot. It's probably the worst phrasing I could be using. Throw me some questions in the comments and on my socials or whatever you want. I'm very excited to hear what you guys have to say. I'd be more than happy to talk about non-philosophy stuff, but at the same time, philosophy is my jam. I also have a degree in ad PR, so whatever is your jam, we can jam it out. Therell just be berries everywhere. So if you're all the way here to the end, I am so grateful. I am so happy imagining you are all the way to the end. Because not many people are. It's a very few percentage. So, you rock. Put a rock emoji. Crickets emoji down in the comments below. Classic. Alright. I'll see you on the flip side. I love you.